in the middle of the year. If the year was nights, we're right at the beat switch.
Nice, I like that.
We're about to go from like a normal song you can play with your friends to sobbing. Like
That's the better part.
welcome to the Unpaid Nobody Show, everybody.
Like, subscribe, and all that, etc.
Do the whole thing. How is everybody? Full staff, full power.
It's been what, 2-3 weeks?
Been a couple weeks since we've been at full power, but we're here to talk about the world of hip hop and this last 6 months and just everything that's going on. Oh my God. Jeff, do you want to run us through the news? We got a lot of albums coming out, and then we're just going to kind of talk about all of our favorite things.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much going on with the news. Travis Scott teased a new collab with Nike Baseball for MLB All-Star Weekend, so I think that's actually going to be really cool. Getting some Travis Scott baseball cleats, baseball jersey, all that. A$AP Rocky and his son RZA starred in a new ad for Rihanna's Savage and Fenty men's boxer briefs. And then Not Like Us hit 41 million views in just 6 days. That is outrageous.
That
Man is insane.
Yeah.
Diabolical.
At least 3 million of those were me, though. I've been watching that video like crazy.
It is a good
so
video.
good.
Dude, when he crib walks across the hopscotch thing, oh my God, dude. It's so good.
Insane.
I think my
The
favorite.
man's a genius.
I think there was a level to it that we didn't even mention last week because I didn't pick up on it. But I think it's amazing, an amazing troll that not only did put Whitney in the video, but she's literally wearing a wife beater. Like,
Yeah, well,
It's very smart.
there's levels to it. You and I know.
yeah,
They were literally going to say, or there's been a rumor that people have been pointing out that the scene where he's waving goodbye in all white, he's purposely dropping it while they were all at the party.
yeah.
Because you got to think about it, man. Being at that party and then the video drops, I would have had to left. Like I would have left. Yeah,
It's so funny, dude. It's. I think it's like one of the coolest things from the year. I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely. And, hopefully he drops that album. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
might be
Pushing it, but you never know. Continuing on, Rakim is going to perform at Insane Clown Posse's Gathering of the Juggalos, and Kanye West retires for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
He already retired.
I'll type that in because that was like perfect timing.
And then immediately featured on a Rich the Kid song, like 30 seconds afterwards.
It's
And Rich the Kid was the one that posted the screenshot of
Yeah,
him
it's
saying
like
he's going to retire.
all publicity.
it's
Great advertisement.
dude. I make it stop, dude. I can't wait for this motherfucker to die. Like I just need this to stop. Like
So here's a question for the entire pod.
Uh-oh.
When Kanye dies, do the shoes go up or down in value?
I don't care.
Brandon doesn't care. I'm going to have
questions
I don't
for
care.
3/4 of the pod.
And I think you guys are all giving an industry that requires child slaves to function a wet blowjob right now. But continue. Like,
If they go up in value, right now is the perfect time to buy them.
There you go.
I don't know. They're already in the gutter. The shoe market doesn't exist, but
Yeah.
anyway, we don't have to get into that.
oh my
Brandon's
God.
going to like have a stroke.
No. No.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
was gonna.
if we look into it, I mean, did the Off-Whites go up when Virgil died?
They spiked a little bit, yeah.
They
Certain
spiked a little
models.
bit.
I
Believe it
assume
or
it's
not,
like
it's
anything else. Yeah. Like.
I could see
Yeah.
certain colorways.
No.
I get
Maybe like
lemonade.
Ollie OG.
Yeah. My
Or
unironic
like the
answer.
Nikes. If anything, maybe like the Nike Spike.
Yeah. So here's a more relevant question. Like when he dies, like what do we all start listening to his music again? Like
I don't know when I'm going to start.
I know it's gonna I know eventually I will. Eventually I'm gonna get there. Eventually I'm gonna
There's
go
no
back.
timeline, though. I have no idea when. One day I actually
Sometimes-
recently I wanted to play the album and like I was like,
Dude, like yeah, like especially considering like current events. I'm like, man, I really wish I could listen to the artist who always made me feel cool and good and shit, but no, he's just a worst human being every minute. But one day I will go back.
I listened to College Dropout and Late Registration back to back this past week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did it hit the same?
First time in a while. You know what? College Dropout has a way of transporting me to like a very specific time in my life, getting up at like 6 a.m. to go work on 103rd Street for the CTA and just like listening to that entire album all the way through because the commute was so long. So like it definitely transported me to a certain place. I don't know if the album hits the same musically given the context, but it's still a good musically. It's still.
I think that's fair, and I think that's true of pretty much all of his everything from Donda and before. I think is basically there. Where I think I think it's musically compelling enough that like when it can be appreciated outside the context of a raving lunatic, it will be. Yeah, but like.
The thing that didn't age well is when he said, "Then I got flashed by the paparazzi. I hate these fellas more than a Nazi." It's like,
no, he doesn't seem to it.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. I do love those albums. I'll listen to a song every once in a while. Like every once in a while, a song will show up on a playlist, and I'll listen to it. Like "Gorgeous" came on today while I was working out, and it was like, oh, how do you not?
It's a good song.
Yeah, like how do you not? But
yeah, that's.
But sometimes Black Skinhead comes on. And it's like, nope, can't do this right now. Like,
are you not zoning?
What's up on you?
I love that song. Like, I love that album, but no, I can't do that right now.
Honestly, it's so hard to keep up with all the stuff going on. Like, literally on Monday, I was listening to West Side Gun, and the Jay Electrica feature came up where he's talking about being a Nazi, and I was like, "This is the song."
Yeah,
it's like, oh,
funny. It's so funny when people would call people out for calling him like. I remember No Name called people out for calling him Jadolf Smittler, and it's like he calls himself that. Like
he did it. Like, but yeah. I guess that's all the news, though. Should we actually go over the tracks?
Yeah, let's go over the albums.
All right, bet.
Yeah,
I'd like to just jump in then. Starting off, Action Bronson, top 3 rappers of all time. But I'm actually very excited.
The best rapping chef of all time.
Yes, we'll give him that title.
We don't talk about Anthony Bourdain.
I don't even know who that is.
Anthony Bourdain's an incredible human being.
That was a joke specifically for Brandon.
Okay, I was going to say, I have no idea what's going on.
I love Anthony Bourdain.
I knew that was going to hit. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, he's great.
I hate both of you.
No, you don't.
Anyway, but yeah, he's coming out with Johann Sebastian Baklava, the Doctor.
I love this nonsense name, Johann Sebastian Balaclava, the Doctor. Hell yeah, dude.
Wait, I gotta see it. Yeah,
Baklava.
So he's from New York, right? It's Johann Sebastian Baklava, the Doctor.
Okay. Yeah, it's insane. Big Bam Bam, dude. I'm so excited for this. It took everything to not put this in my most looking forward to albums. Like,
I mean, you're gonna get it in just a couple hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So I love this.
I will listen to the whole thing. I always, when I'm on Twitter, I see the accidental Bronson, and I'm just like, this is such a good one.
Dude, I
want to show all of them.
Dude, I said something the other day, and like, Rachel was just on the couch and she just showed me a picture of Action Bronson because I said something that was like,
honestly, that's one of the highest.
I think I was like, oh, I'm gonna put on my robe and go fry some bacon, and she was like, that's
perfect.
Yeah.
After that, we also have BLP Kosher coming out with Scarecrow.
I am interested about this.
I am, because I feel like he's been getting better and better.
Yeah, well, I have not followed since the last album.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, maybe because I'm off of TikTok and Instagram for the most part. Like I'm a little bit on Instagram now, but like I'm still off TikTok. I haven't heard anything from BLP Kosher, but I remember his project came out last year. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope this is better.
No, yeah, I definitely want to like follow along with it. It's one of the few people that we actually met at Summer Smash last year.
Yeah,
we had a conversation with him, so I try to keep up.
No, he's talented. I like BLP Kosher
for sure. We also have Common and Pete Rock coming out with The Auditorium Volume 1. I haven't heard anything about this, but I'm excited to listen to it. Common's a legend, so
yeah, Common's a legend. Yeah, this will be great.
I've heard a couple tracks off it on Instagram. It sounds actually pretty good.
Okay, bet. I'm here for it. And then we have the release of the week. We have Eminem, The Return, The Death of Slim Shady.
Yeah.
So excited.
Do we want to take a second? Did we all watch the Toby video?
I have not yet. I've been swamped.
The Toby video is really good, man. It's
really good.
It's a really good video.
From what I understand.
Very good beat. Great verses from all three artists.
Dude, Baby John can rap.
Like Baby John is great on this song. Like
he can actually rap.
I do think my favorite verse might be Big Sean's, but they're all great.
They're all
like it was a perfect Detroit song. Like it was just, and I think one of the more like I've liked a lot of Lyrical Lemonade videos, but I've always like a little more down on than other people. This one is one of my favorites that Cole's done.
Did you guys see Cole Bennett's post about this? Like this originally started as just a Babytron track,
really?
And then they got Big Sean on it, and then he just went for the big basket and decided, hey, let's try and get Eminem on this.
And it wound up on his album.
Makes sense.
And sure enough, Eminem loved it. And yeah, because Cole Bennett posted the video of him saying Babytron made the track.
Yeah. It's about who you know, to be honest.
Exactly. So we can thank Cole Bennett for bringing back Chief Keef to Chicago and bringing Big Sean, Babytron, and Eminem together.
Yeah, no, it was an awesome track, awesome video. This was a slam dunk, in my opinion. And it's not a shock to me because the best song off the last Eminem album was also a Cole Bennett thing. It was Godzilla, when Cole Bennett connected Eminem with Juice WRLD before he passed.
It is a good song.
Yeah,
that's a great song. Was there a Detroit anthem before this? Or
I don't know. Like, this is probably the closest one, right? And I think another thing that's like that I don't want to get lost in here is that Eminem is not the kind of dude to do an anthem of any kind. You know what I mean? Right? Yeah. So like I do feel like it is almost like like the same way I was like, of course Kendrick Lamar is going to grab the torch and lead the culture. It's like, of course Eminem is going to be the guy to put together like the best Detroit anthem I've ever heard. Like, besides for like some tracks that are just Big Sean songs, like this is the best song like about like for Detroit, I would say.
I think that makes sense. I'm trying to think who else would even be a part of a Detroit anthem. I mean, there's
Danny Brown. Danny Brown's probably the other one.
I mean, they already have a Detroit versus everybody out there.
Yeah,
really.
Trick.
Yeah, Eminem has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 12 minutes long.
Danny Brown is on that.
Yeah.
From where?
Yeah, Danny Brown's on there. There's so many other people on there.
Yeah.
How old is this?
2014.
That's why.
It was one of the tracks put out on Shady 15, so it was like the 15th anniversary record. But the people on here who are featured.
Bodie James, I'm assuming.
I just
6-year-old baby drop.
Yeah, Royce the 5'9", Big Sean, Danny Brown.
Yeah, Dej Trick.
42 Doug, maybe.
He was probably 8 at the time.
I was gonna say he might have been too young. Lizzo?
Yeah, no, that's everyone.
Is Lizzo from Detroit?
Apparently, I just looked up Detroit rappers and she came up. I didn't fact check it, so don't hold me to it.
Wild.
Exhibit? Pit my right? Are you like casinos? I'm going to put one in your car. Anyway, moving on.
Thank you.
We also have Juicy J and Xavier Wolf coming out with Memphis Zoo. We have Snot coming out with Voice Roy, and then we have Rich the Kid. We're here. It's been marketed for a while.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be produced by Todd Dolla $ign and Kanye, but we have Life's a Gamble coming out. Including
knows
two names.
Who knows? Who knows what this is going to be?
Yeah, no. I don't know if it's true. I remember seeing an interview by Rich the Kid saying that he just woke up with a phone that had celebrities' numbers on it, and he just started calling everybody, and that's how he entered the industry. If that's true, it doesn't surprise me.
So he's a plan,
right? But some of the other people on the album is Quavo, Takeoff, Offset, Chief Keef, Peso Pluma, and probably some other names.
And no, that is not a Migos reunion of any sort.
Yeah, I don't think he can pull that off.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he has three verses wrong. Just put them all in one.
Yeah.
I guess without their approval.
Fugazi Migos just taking like loose verses.
You just don't tell the other person.
Yeah. Do you think we can do that? Do you think?
No, I don't think he can do that.
Do you think they would shoot us? Like,
okay, now you're just going on.
Fugazi Migos, Quavo in the back shooting free throws, accidental baklava.
that's a good one. That's a very good one, Jasper. That was a joke. Like, you usually just do puns.
Just gotta start rhyming.
We're gonna move on.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Tech Nine, but
yeah,
it's coming out with Class of
Tech Nine, you're school shooter's favorite rapper.
I've got nothing. That's coming out, but something actually I'm very excited for. The last one to close it out, Zakari is coming out with Bliss, signed to TDE. It does track with that schedule that was released at the beginning of the year. I am very excited for this, honestly. I like Zakari.
I like Zakari.
He's very low key within the
R&B
little TDE family, right? And RB. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. And if anything, this means that SZA is probably right around the corner. But that's pretty much all the albums. That's most of what we're going to cover today. There wasn't a lot of singles. There's only two. Tyga and Sabrina Claudio is dropping, no question. I won't be listening to it. Then Kid Cudi did drop it seems like the first single, I think, Dreams I See, from his Moon Man soundtrack. So it seems like he's recovered. He's back after surgery. Maybe he's ready to roll.
Oh yeah, he posted a video that he has finally been able to walk on that foot again.
Well,
so
cool. I do hope he makes a full recovery.
It's happening.
Yes. It actually does line up timeline wise. It's been a while since he's been out, so
yeah.
But that's all the news, and I did not prepare for School is in Session because there's too many names that we've already picked.
Yeah, let's just move past School is in Session and talk about this whole ass year.
Yeah.
So we're doing the mid-year review. This is like our little mini golden nugget.
This is a little mini golden nugget.
So I think we can all fairly say it's been an insane year.
Oh, absolutely. I think the closer we've gotten to this date, the more I've caught myself saying, like, man, this is really kind of matching up to 2016.
Yeah.
I do realize that the debate has escalated, me saying that a lot.
Yeah.
But it's been a fun year. We've gotten a lot of like top tier projects, and I figured we're entering July. It's officially the second half. Let's go ahead and break down all of our favorite albums, some of our favorite songs that we've heard over the last couple of months, and then what we're looking forward to going forward. So a nice little quick episode. I guess to start off then, some of our favorite albums so far. We decided to go with 4, try to limit them a little bit.
Yeah, no, that was probably good.
Yes.
Even though, like, I do think, even though a lot of great music has dropped this year, I don't know how many incredible albums have dropped, right? Like, there's the Vince Staples project, which is great. I have 4 easy. I was able to come up with 4 very easy. And I think there have been some other good albums, some albums that have aged rapidly, in my opinion. and not even necessarily like on a quality thing, just like have aged rapidly from earlier in the year.
Dude, I was going through the list of albums. 21 Savage dropped an album this year.
Yeah, no, we covered it, and we covered it. I listened to it 3 times. Yeah.
We covered that and the Kid Cudi album. Like,
really, like, not a great start to the year. Easily, like, I know we don't put like negative things in these for a reason. But if I had to talk about 2 albums that I thought were like pretty lackluster, it would be those 2.
Well, compared to what we have now, it's 2020. So
no.
All right. Does anybody? I guess are we doing round robin? Or are we just going to list 4? What's easiest here?
I don't know. Let's just let's do round robin. Does everyone want to do one, and then we'll just go through our singles because we did more for those.
For sure.
Okay, I'll go first. This one I think is on a lot of people's, but Blue Lips.
Is this an order? I meant to ask.
No, this is not an order for me.
Okay.
This is.
Mine's not in order.
Yeah, mine's not in order. This is also like meant to hit different vibes, right? Like to me, this and then the next one I'll bring up are like on an artistic level, you know.
Mm-hmm. There's one that I'm shocked that's not on yours. It's on the other 2's.
Mine? Well, we'll get there. Yeah. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. And I'll get there. But yeah, no.
What are your thoughts on Blue Lips then?
I think
or a brief, whatever.
The thing I like about Blue Lips is I like how it is simultaneously very like old school West Coast, but also very forward thinking and bizarre. Like it feels like it has touches of like almost like a JPEG Mafia Death Grips like kind of experimental side to it, while still keeping like the heart and soul of like Schoolboy Q's like writing throughout his career, and also like just a lot of West Coast influence. So I think like I revisited a ton of albums this week, and I actually did not get to 2 albums that I really wanted to listen to before this, but did not. But Blue Lips was, if there is if there is a number 1 right now, it's Blue Lips, but they're kind of all even.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll go next, and I figured because we do have a lot of crossover. If one of us say an album, I'll just follow through. So obviously, Blue Lips is on my list as well as one of the top 4. I did not list mine in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think Blue Lips does deserve to be up there. It was a long-awaited return from Schoolboy Q, and I feel like we got a good balance of the old style. In terms of like, I've been waiting for an oxymoron for I don't know how long, and also a new style of Schoolboy Q because he has changed a lot throughout his discography. He is now literally a soccer dad, so it's dope to see his development and how he's changed throughout his career to like make his music still sound like him. Yeah, like
Pig Feet could have only been made by Schoolboy Q, but he would not have made that in the oxymoron era. You know what I mean? Absolutely. It's like a perfect like combination of like pushing the envelope but remaining true to like what people actually come to the music for.
Absolutely. The only thing I would say, and not even in a negative sense, because like to each their own, it does feel a little long at times, but I also feel like it needs to be that long because there's certain things he needs to share. So that would be the only thing.
That's totally fair. Does anyone else have Blue Lips on their thing?
I have Blue Lips on mine.
Say your piece about Blue Lips.
With how long it was in between albums, it lived up to the hype. It showed the growth in Schoolboy Q, and pretty much everything was said.
Yeah,
it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see it performed live in 2 weeks. That's going to be phenomenal. Do we each have a favorite track, or I have one later?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I have one later. Yeah,
we'll go over that in our favorite songs.
No, good idea. Good idea. All right.
Well, Jasper, do you want to give us a first one then, since you didn't pick Blue Lips?
Sure, yeah, and this is also in no particular order. I haven't figured this out yet myself, like what I like best. But I'm actually maybe a little surprised that only I have it. All Is Yellow.
Okay, talk about All Is Yellow a little bit. Why'd you pick it?
It's the buffet of albums of this year. You go up, you pick a thing or two out that you want at that given time, and you go back to your seat. You know, like this album encompasses so many different sounds and styles from so many different people that I could pick out one or two songs that I want to listen to that just like match like a mood or the way I'm like how I'm feeling about like a playlist that I'm listening to right now, and I can kind of just leave the rest of it, and then I could come back later and I could like pick something else out if I want. It's kind of like almost like a library of music to pull from in a way, even though it's just its own album. Like it's very self-contained.
Honestly, I like the analogy. I do feel like it is a buffet of like the album is a buffet, but
I like the analogy.
Have ups and downs.
Yeah, like I like the analogy too.
Agree with you.
I like the analogy too because it feeds exactly to why. Now I do like All Is Yellow. I'm not going to sit here and say All Is Yellow is a bad album by any stretch. I think for a like a weird kind of like label project kind of thing, I think it was very good.
And as a first effort.
But like a buffet, right? Like a buffet might have, well, like a buffet might have pasta, steak, but it doesn't have the best pasta or the best steak.
Course. Yeah.
So it does feel like, you know, to me as someone who like just wants a crafted experience, All Is Yellow is just like in the opposite direction. Even though like I have songs in my 8 that are from All Is Yellow. I like that project. It is just like the antithesis of what I look for in an album. For the same reason I don't like buffets, since I stopped being a football player in high school trying to eat as many calories as I can. Right?
I can't think of the last time I actually went to a buffet. Did COVID kill them all?
I think so.
Like done now?
It did kill a lot of them.
I think me and Jeff went to one before Infinity War. I think that was the last time.
I was going to say, I think the last one me and Brandon went to together.
Yeah, I think the last time me and Jeff went to one before one of the Avengers movies, and we just ate it.
So Golden Corral, I believe they might even do it.
I miss Golden Corral a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Like it's not a bad thing. It's just a thing with ups and downs.
I agree, honestly. And Say Your Grace does slap. And
Say Your Grace slaps. The Babytron song slaps. Bunch of songs.
Eminem song.
The Eminem song slaps. The Juice WRLD Cordae song slaps. Like, there's a lot of great songs. It's a lot of great
80
songs.
people on an album that touched an album, they did pretty well.
Yeah,
I'll give it to them.
Yeah, there is the song that I keep coming back to just very casually is Fallout. Gus Dapperton, Lil Yachty, Joey Badass.
Yeah.
Like that.
Is that the one Yachty's singing?
Yeah, the chorus of that gets stuck in my head so fucking often, like all the time, and I'm just like no. I'm just like sitting there like doing my thing and just going through it all, and then I have to put it on because it won't get out of my head. So
I get that.
I don't know. I think they definitely did something with some of those tracks. It is definitely not like an album experience, but I think I've kind of gravitated more toward like the playlist lately in terms of just my own listening habits. So I think this kind of fits that mold a little bit.
Bet. Okay, I like it. I guess Brandon, back to you. Do you want to do something we've all picked, or do you want to do the second one you have there?
I'm going to do the second one I have here because I thought this is a project that I have listened to a ton, and I've also almost exclusively listened to as an album. Like I don't really go to this project and listen to individual tracks, even though there are individual tracks I really like. But it's something I always listen to as an album. It's Worldwide Whack by Tierra Whack. Me and Purvis have been looking forward to this project for years. And I think, very similar to Blue Lips, I think it very much worked. I think it was worth the wait. I think it's a really dynamic, interesting project from like a really good artist. And it's just it's an easier listen for me than Schoolboy. You know what I mean? So I love Worldwide Whack. This is a sequel.
World War Whack is the next one. Yeah.
Another one of hers is like that. It's Whack World. It's like
something like that.
Yeah. But there's just so many like shower songs, movies. Chanel Pit is one of my favorites ever because it describes exactly what it is like going to a concert that's mostly girls. Like so
I'm gonna have to revisit it now.
Us at Doja Cat, dude.
Yeah, like
Dude, Doja Cat. Good experience. I like Doja Cat now because of the concert.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so I really liked Worldwide Whack. I think it's gonna remain on my favorites of the year through the end of the year. And yeah, it's just I think of the albums I've listed, I think it is the most complete album experience.
Okay, I like that. I think I was second. What I'll do, just so it flows easier, I'll go ahead and do Dark Times.
Yeah, this was my second honorable mention, but I saw you guys put it there, so I was like, I could just say that when you get there.
I was gonna say I am surprised it wasn't on every list, but I'm looking at the other ones you picked, and I do understand. I get it. But yeah, Dark Times for me. This probably I haven't ranked all of them, but this is probably my number one. It's so complete. I love all of his discography. I was so excited for this release. I went back and listened to everything, and it fits so perfectly. Excellent. I am so sorry. Yeah, the internet crashed. But yeah, I was. Dark Times is probably my number one. Honestly, I don't know if that came through, but it's definitely the most listened to album that I've had. It is perfect in my opinion. I've listened to all of his discography leading up to this. I think it fits in quite well. I don't think it overstays, or I don't think it leaves too early. It's compact and complex at the same time. There's nothing I would add. That's
a great way to put it. Compact and complex. Exactly. That's a great way to put it. And it is very listenable. I had Dark Times on here. I had Theodore and Abe, which was the Alchemist Hit Boy project. Mm-hmm. And I had just that. Dark Times is incredible.
Yeah.
Now, everyone who had Dark Times, say your piece.
I mean, I'll continue on. I had that on my list. It's so listenable, and that's pretty much what I based my 4 off of, and how much I can listen to them, and how many songs on there that I can go back and listen to. And so I mean, it's a really good album to listen to, front to back, and it's not long.
No, and it's concise, So that is like one of the best albums of the year. I don't doubt that.
Yeah, and you could toss it into a playlist and just like
very smooth.
All those songs there, and you just like, oh, I forgot I had this here.
Yeah,
and I have this one here too.
And this is true of Vince Staples' last couple projects too. His self-titled "Remova Park Broke My Heart." So it's really just part of an incredible run.
He's coming for J. Cole's no feature run.
Yeah.
Hey, someone's gotta.
Yeah. Jasper,
you also had Dark Times.
I did, yeah. I really do like it. I think that it is kind of a... How do I put this? It's not an overwhelming project. It's not underwhelming, but it's very low key in the sense that it comes in, it delivers exactly what it needs to, it gets done exactly what it needs to, and then it just fucking leaves. It doesn't overstay its welcome at all, and it is very impactful without saying very much. I think is like the way I would put it. I don't think it has the musical highs of Remova Park Broke My Heart, which is my favorite of his.
Yeah,
but I think it's up there. It's definitely tight and intricate. And I think it's kind of the Pusha T route of the Vince Staples career arc, where it's like doing more with less.
Definitely.
I like that.
Yeah,
I am. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what you're gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say I am curious though. Is anybody else going to the show? I am going to the Lala after party.
Nah, I'm just going to.
We're gonna see him at Lala.
We're just gonna see him at Lala.
Oh, duh! I forgot. You guys have 4 days.
Yeah, we're just gonna see him at Lala. Yeah.
No, it's base. I respect that.
Yeah.
But that Saturday's so stacked with after shows.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the Killer Mike one, but.
And you got Tizo.
If anyone you guys know need a Thursday wristband, I'm selling it for retail. Just saying.
I don't know.
Is Chaperone on Thursday?
Yes.
How much do you listing it for?
Literally how much I paid for it.
I don't know what retail is even.
I think I get the insurance for like $190 something. It's like $200 basically.
I may know somebody.
Yeah, we're going to. Yeah, that's who I'm seeing Thursday is Chapel Roan and Hosier.
There are a lot of girlies who want to dance at the Pink Pony Club.
I'm sure. Let me know, and they can have it for retail. No hesitation. I don't even need profit. But anyway.
Anyway, back to the podcast. Jeff,
wheeling and dealing over here.
Brandon, go.
Now, Jeff has some that are unique that only he picked, so he should probably be next to pick one.
Okay, but
run it up, Jeff.
My next one's going to be Megan. Megan Thee Stallion's newest album. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard
and
it.
There's one song on there that there's a reason this album is on my top 4. And that's in my favorite songs that I'll go over.
Yeah. I've heard this.
One that's trending?
What's up?
Is it the one trending, the like Japanese song?
No.
It's like sampling Jujutsu Kaisen?
No.
Okay.
That song's good though. I've heard it passively because Rachel's listening to it. So like I've heard it.
It's so good. This puts Megan Thee Stallion like A+ tier, top tier.
I gotta listen to it. I gotta give it its full respect, 100%. I don't doubt it whatsoever.
What's the best setting to listen to it? Gym, maybe? Like at the gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I just threw it on when I was on a walk, so
anything,
gym,
cruising, whatever.
Anything, just really anything.
No.
But
I mean, if you're driving around getting high, toss this on.
Drive slow, homie.
Drive slow.
Drive slow.
As much as we hate him, man.
That was a good one.
You never know, homie.
You never know. You better pump your brakes. Anyway.
He said, anyway.
We will not be continuing this. As much as I would like to. Jasper, I think it's your turn. I don't know.
Is it me again? All right, I'll pick one. I'm doing it. What, do 3 of us have it? 2 of us have it. 2093.
I love it. I love the pick.
This is what I'm surprised Brandon did not have on his.
Really, I went back and revisited it, and I still think it's a good album.
You've been saying this is album of the year.
No, I haven't. I've been saying it was very good for a Yeet album, who previously had not even made so much as a song that I could listen to, let alone enjoy.
Your expectations were low.
Yeah. I mean, not so much because like I had heard the teasers of like Stand On It and everything, and I was like, oh, these sound really, really good. And I have a Yeet song in like my favorite songs of the year. So I think there's a lot of great stuff on this. I just think as an album, I think it's extremely bloated.
It is.
It is thick. It's from streaming disease.
I think it's one of the worst examples we've gotten this year so far. And like one of the worst in terms of like, I think harming the final product. But once again, like I get it like on a functional level. Like I understand like why it's popular with people who are streaming video games for 12 hours a day or in the gym 2 hours a day. I can see why it like on a functional level it works in that. Because it's all one mode and it's, sci-fi future badass. But it's
been my main workout.
So like once again, I'm not saying it's bad by any stretch. It's good. It just upon revisit, this one went down. I was just shocked when it came out because, like I just didn't. I've given Yeet a very, I think, respectable try, and I could not find anything to enjoy about his music. And this one was largely enjoyable. So that's like a wide gap. And I still think to this day, if there's a most improved player of the, an MIP award to give, I would give it to Yeet for sure.
Ooh, we should add that.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I just think it's almost certainly going to go to Yeet. Like,
yeah, most likely. But yeah, I second everything Jasper said. I love the album. It has a great sound. It's great for edits. I know you're not on TikTok like that, but man, it gets the blood going.
Yeah, no, and it's good. It does all that.
I am ready to work out.
The guy it's great for that. And it's just that for me, it's like, oh my God. Because ultimately it just comes back to like, I feel like I should just listen to Breathe 16 times.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm just gonna listen to the best 4 songs of the album 3 times. You know, like,
so the secret is breathe twice in a row.
I
Bought
love
the
that
earth.
song. Yeah.
Breathe again to get you out of the sunken place or the sad place.
Yeah.
And then just like what's the second
Thought it all through. Oh, if we're being real, song bangs.
Yeah. If we're being real after that.
Bangs.
Yeah.
That Dune edit? Ah!
All right. Okay. Should I go next? Yeah, I'm going to talk about the one I put on that no one else did. I put 96 Miles from Bethlehem. I genuinely love this project. It is not one I revisit, but I don't think it's meant to be. Although, like, a few of the songs are like on my current like on repeat playlist. But so I've gone back and listened to it quite a bit, but it isn't one I go back to as much as Blue Lips, Worldwide Whack, or the has yet to be revealed one. But just for like a holy shit, this person put this together in this amount of time out of this region of the world during this event. You know, I think hip hop has always been about like a ground view of like what's going on in the world. Like that's kind of where it came from in like the 70s blackout in New York. And like this is just that taken to an international level. So I really like it. I've also, something I've really grown to like is that it takes Belly's kind of pop trap style and kind of has these like important messages over it, which I think is a choice, and a choice that I think actually works for the album. So, you know, is it the most listened to thing of the year? No. Is it my favorite album of the year? Probably not. It doesn't have the depth that I was hoping from it. But just understanding the conditions in which it was made, it's like, you know, I get why we're there. So, yeah, 96
Tony
Miles.
Stark built this in a cave out of scraps.
Right.
Yeah. All right, Iron Man.
That was Ironmonger, Obadiah Stane.
Yeah, I would say if there's any album that expands past music, it's this one, clearly.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to
I'll go next since you three have the same album. Yeah. My last album is going to be Bite Delete Later by J. Cole.
Yeah.
This was just a phenomenal album. J. Cole never disappoints.
I liked a lot of it.
I like majority of it.
Yeah, I liked a lot of it.
It's in rotation. Like I said, I based a lot of this off of what I play and shows up in my playlist the most.
Actually in rotation. That's smart. That's a smart play.
I love it, but it is a mixtape. That's the only reason I didn't include it. And it feels like a mixtape. That's the only thing. I do like it. I think it's good. It's a good mixtape, though.
I'm going to let Jeff have it.
I will say.
I mean, mixtapes are technically up for Grammys now, thanks to Chance.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. And I'll let you know that I was thinking about incorporating the mixtape Texas Technician in it. But it wasn't one of my top 4 favorite projects of the year, so I did it. Like, it wasn't.
Honorable mention.
It was not. No, not even. The honorable mention is Dark Times, then the one I'll say. Like,
I'll allow it though. I like it. I'll give it to you. I do like Might Delete Later a lot. I listened to it today, so I get it.
It's worth pointing out, even with that album or mixtape being pretty good. I think we definitely have seen moments this year where J. Cole has disappointed. And it's more of a career thing.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. And the Grippy verse was atrocious.
The Grippy verse.
We don't discuss that. We don't about that.
The whole trans thing.
Yeah, that song sucks as a whole. The 7-minute drill thing was... On one hand, though, at the same time, like I remember when it was happening, like... Me and Rachel would be like, 7-minute drill is like a better, like more fun to listen to than like that.
7-minute drill is not even on Apple Music anymore.
It's not on Spotify either.
Not on anything.
Yeah,
he took it all down.
Got to go on YouTube, listen to a copy. Like,
it was for good reasons.
Yeah. Schoolboy Q showed up. It was like
the hero, the unsung hero.
Okay, now believe it or not, there's actually an album that has united me, Purvis, and Jasper in our top 4 this year.
Impossible.
I'm going to have Jasper actually lead us off because he wasn't here last week to talk about the review.
True.
Hearthstone Psycho, baby. Donnie T is back.
Yeah. I like this album a lot.
This album is quite good. It is lengthy. It has a lot to put out there musically, and also I think just content-wise, aesthetically. It's like 52 minutes, but it makes the most.
It's structured though. I mean, that's my favorite part about the project.
Yeah,
the structure's a little arbitrary for me. It kind of touches my tism too much, but it is very, at least anything to fight streaming disease I appreciate, and this is 100% doing that. So yes, I love the structure of this. I love how big this sounds. I love how crafted it sounds. To me, this is the equivalent of like when like the Planet of the Apes movies come out and it's like some garbage big budget movie that no one would have thought would have been worth seeing turns out to be really, really good and like actually have like a well-written story and like compelling characters. That's how I feel about this. I like Don Toliver. I always thought he had it in him, but this has, I've been going back to it a lot. It's a really good album, even if Glock is on it.
Glock is a good song. I don't care.
It's not a bad song. It's not. It is absolutely the worst song on the project.
I have to now remember which one that is.
How do you not?
I listened to this album through probably twice.
You don't want to hold your Glock in the club. There's two girls in the back trying to talk to you.
They're trying to show you love.
Good song.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, folks.
Yeah.
Also, I really like how it's broken up into 5 discs on Spotify. It's so weird.
With disc 5 being the extra,
Yeah. Yeah, I also like that because it makes me feel a little bit better about like even the bonus. I haven't even listened to the extended version, but it does feel. Yeah, I probably will eventually, but it does. I think the thing is that it just has like a very nice ending.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for me. Like, I'm not so much against like extra songs because to me it's like deleted scenes on a DVD. You don't have to listen to them. You don't have to watch them. It doesn't have to bother the flow of the project unless you're Kanye West. Like
or Don Toliver on Lovesick.
Yeah. And I feel like this is just doing that in a good way. So yeah, no, I loved Hearthstone Psycho. I think and the entire time I'm like, I'm waiting for this biker thing to get cringy as shit. And it never did.
Never did.
Never did.
I
still don't know why bikers. I still
We just found out that he has a motorcycle like a month ago.
Yeah.
I have an idea for why that might be a thing. I think that the whole like kind of metalcore vibe that was introduced with like a whole lot of red and stuff into this space is very played out at this point, and I think this is like him trying to evolve on that or like update that style in a way where it's like still relevant to capture the attention of that audience but make it his own and not feel cliche.
Yeah. I definitely think it's just Texas's shit. That's what I think. Texas. I think it's ownable, unique, and very Texas.
Yeah.
And we also mentioned it fits very well within the actual Jesus Christ. What is Travis Scott's
Cactus Jack
thing?
Jesus,
yeah, thank you. It fits very well within the label Cactus Jack.
How do we feel about this song? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
Well, because I was going to say, like, Cactus Jack and all that, they're, like, not your typical, like, Deep South rap.
No.
Mm-hmm. They're just
Travis.
But
when
he doesn't have that style.
Exactly, because when you think of Houston, you don't think of Travis Scott's style.
No.
At all. So.
I think I kind of do a little bit. I think DJ Screw and then I think Travis.
No.
I think they have some songs that could play within.
I think like Texas just has like a known sound that like Travis just famously does not.
I think of like Pimp C,
Paul Wall, Mike Jones,
Paul Wall, like that deep south.
Even Megan now, like
yeah,
exactly,
Megan.
like
Megan
Megan
sounds like it.
Big X Plug now, that Mexican OT, like
Yeah,
those are
Maxo
now
Cream.
like, exactly, and they're now kind of keeping that style alive.
And of the modern ones, the ones that sound the most like the old school Texas ones is definitely Megan.
Yeah. I was gonna say Travis kind of escapes the idea of falling within a
I think some of the earlier stuff, I think like the general like size, like there's like a bigness to like, and like there's like a lot of like vocal distortion. So like I can see like parts of it, you know.
Yeah, but Alfaro has stuff that's like if Yeezus met Texas rap.
Yeah, like Alfaro has a Paul Wall feature. But like when was the last time like he featured like an artist that was in the Texas hip hop tradition like Paul Wall? You know what I mean?
This is true. I would love to see that Mexican OT on a Travis.
Yeah, I would love that. I would think that'd be great. I would think that'd be great. I'd love to see Paul Wall on a Travis thing.
Yeah.
Again. I would love to see that again. Yeah.
Do a deep South Texas versus everybody.
Yeah, I would love that. If you get a chance, Jeff, if you're really into the Texas thing right now, watch the Red Bull Spiral Texas freestyle. It's that Mexican OT, Maxo Cream, and Manello. It's really good.
Definitely.
All right, that's all four. Does anyone have an honorable mention? I have an honorable mention because it's not hip hop.
Go on.
Cowboy Carter. Not my bag typically, like that whole aesthetic, but that's a killer fucking album, dude. Like the execution of it, like thoroughly throughout, fantastic. The way she does incorporate, like the stuff that is more country flavored R&B is fucking incredible. Like Tyrant. I don't know. I can't name all the tracks.
She makes it very hard for country album of the year because Zach Bryan just released his new album.
Zach Bryan's great too. I like Zach Bryan.
The Great American Bar Scene that he just released is phenomenal.
I gotta listen to it because I listened to his last one and I really like Zach Bryan.
He's phenomenal.
I like Zach Bryan. So
her dropping that album makes it so hard for country album of the year.
Yeah,
and country music right now is just so big. Like, and everyone's collabing with a country artist,
and it's in an interesting space. It's in an interesting spot. I would say country.
Like Lil Durk, come on now.
Yeah,
he has
the song
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah. God, I do hate Morgan Wallen.
Isn't there like a whiskey song or something like that that's trending right now?
There's also Shabuzi. Like Shabuzi,
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The bar song.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Shabuzi song. That's like it was at number 1 like all through May.
But
like it and $1 Million Baby are like songs of the year. It's like
$1 Million Baby is huge.
$1 Million Baby is huge. Yeah.
What I would say, I didn't write it down, but I will add for an honorable mention because no one's mentioned it yet. If you have not listened to the No Worries CD,
yeah, I listened to it with you, and then I listened to it on my way home that night, and it's really good.
That album is phenomenal. It is a really, really good album. Highly recommended. I'm not adding this as an honorable mention. I'm just genuinely curious. Has anyone listened to the Lil Yachty James Blake album? Because I haven't yet.
I've given it a listen. I haven't given it a listen all the way through.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet.
Okay. All I've heard literally is that it's different.
Yeah, that's fair. Me too.
And it's like, I don't know what to take with that, but okay, I'll get to it.
Like, I feel like I'm not doing enough drugs to listen to it.
Yeah.
I honestly think
this is more zero drugs, Jeff. Like
a non-zero amount of drugs were used in the production of that album.
I feel like this album's going to be more of a visual type album for them.
Well, they better drop some videos. Because,
well, no, as I'm saying, like in concert type.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Also, I just don't. There's no way they're gonna go on tour together. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I could see them. I mean, with Lil Yachty doing the podcast with him, leading up to the album release, I think they'll have something planned out.
Maybe. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if you see them doing the festival scene next year.
Yeah.
That
the
I
real
could
question.
see. I could see.
I mean, no one really expected Metro Boomin in Future.
Yeah.
Well, that makes more sense though. That makes way more
I mean, it makes
sense.
more.
I think it makes more sense
if
from
you have
an
an album together.
I think from an album perspective, it makes more sense. I think from like a touring perspective, I think James Blake and Lil Yachty is just as out there. If not, maybe even I think maybe more believable because to me, it's hard to believe that Metro, someone who produces for so many people, can like find time to like go on tour. You know what I mean?
I guess that is true, but I'm also taking into consideration like their actual
Future and Metro have like a long
popularity. Like
their demographic. There's no Venn diagram in the Metro Future demographic. That's one group of people.
That's
right, it is the same circle.
It's like
The same thing.
this is like I love James Blake and Lil Yachty, and like I think Jeff is making some good points. But yeah, no, like there's a lot. Those are two different audiences.
And I can't imagine them selling out the Aragon. I couldn't even imagine them selling it out.
I mean, if Lollapalooza announces them together next year, you wouldn't be shocked.
I could see it,
but that's different. That's why I say in a festival sense, I could see it. But
yeah, like I think it's a festival thing.
I mean, if they do anything, I think it'd be more of a festival. I mean, Lil Yachty did fucking Summer Smash this year.
Yeah.
He did Lollapalooza last year and Summer Smash last year. Like, Lil Yachty, until he releases a new album of his own, I think he's going to be just keeping on the festival scene.
I can see it. And he's succeeding there, so I'll give it to him.
Exactly. And he's getting massive crowds.
Yeah. Okay, so we still got a bunch to do. Let's do our songs. How do we want to do this?
I think we should just go through our 8. Like,
just all
go through your songs. Okay. Brief,
Okay.
I'll go through it, then we'll talk at the end.
Okay, cool. So my 8 are Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar.
Surprise.
I think easly Song of the Year. These are not in order except this one. This one's number 1. Back in Love, Schoolboy Q, kind of an underrated song on the album, but I think it just goes so hard. Breathe, Yeet, song's incredible. I think it's, it's not the only song worth listening to on 2093, but I think it gets like the core of what the appeal of that album into one song.
We were calling it the new theme.
I think
it's a big song.
It really might be I don't know, because I skip the second half of Fiend most times, and I don't ever skip any part of Breathe. But I do like Fiend a lot. Glorilla. The song goes fucking crazy. Banger. This song's insanely high energy and has never gotten old. We Still Don't Trust You, Future Metro. When this project came out off the second diss album, Purvis was like, the first track is a leftover from Dawn FM, and he wasn't wrong, and I loved it so much. I put it on,
I know
and
your taste.
This is like the most danceable diss of all time. Like, this is, as far as like,
go down in history.
Honestly, until Not Like Us came out, this was the best actual song of the disses. Twisting Fingers, that Mexican OT for featuring Moneybagg Yo. I think like it's just like a very fun, straight down the middle, like trap song. I think it's great. I think it is an incredible beat. I love that he's starting to get these really, really big features. And honestly, like he's lapped this a lot already. So, Devil Is a Lie, Tommy Richmond. Guy blew up on $1 Million Baby. I heard him last year on the Life Is Short Brent Faiyaz mixtape. And I remember like being like, holy shit, this guy can fucking sing. So I was not shocked when $1 Million Baby happened. And I love that song, but it has gotten everywhere. I think this song is much better. And then Bandit, Don Toliver. I think incredibly high energy. I think it might be my favorite beat of the year. Like, I just love that, like the sample, like we did it for love, like that little vocal chop. Oh, just hits.
I'm glad that it grew on you.
I like it a lot, yeah. And then my honorable mention is Stop Giving Me Advice, Dave and Jack Harlow. And absolutely cares a top tier charisma from Jack Harlow, and then just one of the best verses of the year from Dave. This was a fantastic song. So yeah, that's mine.
Good list.
Okay, Jasper.
Man, oh man. I've got some similarity here.
Okay.
This is also in no particular order, just the order that things came to mind. I also have Not Like Us on there, so that's just like a given, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I think all of us have it on ours.
Yeah.
I took mine off because all of you had it. I knew it was going to be
I thought we should all have at least one in common. I thought it was going to be Not Like Us.
As a song that I listen to regularly, I actually prefer Euphoria.
Okay.
That's fair.
Just given the complexity of it, it's a little more,
I also
like a party song and more of like.
I listen to Euphoria maybe a little bit less often than Not Like Us, but very close. So I think that's totally fair game.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the whole like. There was that I guess it was a TikTok or a reel that was going around where it's like Kendrick in Euphoria. You're not black. You lied about fake information. You're creepy in public. You're not black. And just like keeps going.
Keeps doubling down. Just Rick Ross comes in. Just white
so
boy.
Funny.
God,
yeah,
so good.
Next, Breathe, Yeet. For reasons that have already been mentioned, certified banger, one of the top bangers of the year in terms of just like raw energy and also an insane feature that produces the backbone of the beat, which is super cool. Or not feature, sorry, sample. Stop Giving Me Advice, again, top tier lyricism. Jack Harlow at the best I've ever seen him. And Dave with, honestly, I think a verse that is so good that it puts top tier Jack Harlow almost a little bit to shame with just how.
I don't think, because I completely agree with you that this is the best I've ever heard Jack Harlow, and I think he gets dusted.
He does.
Like, I think as good as he is, I think he gets blown away.
Yeah, this came on my shuffle on the way into the office this morning, and it's like Jack Harlow, he think that boy nice, the whole thing, but then fucking Dave goes on to say like, what is it like? And alone is I spell ALOAN. I'm a fucking feminist, so I go again. It's like, oh God.
He's good.
That song is crazy.
That is very good. Yeah,
and it's got a great video to go with it. So just
that's true.
Big fan. Bandit, also just super high energy. The one like big Donnie T song we've had prior to the album release that has consistently stayed on rotation. We were lucky enough to see it performed live, like right when it came out at the Chicago show at the Travis Stop, which was insane. Seeing both of them on stage together is just like super, the energy is ridiculous. So it kind of creates that association for me, at least. I had a Schoolboy Q song that I'm surprised none of you put, which is Yearn 101.
It's a very good song.
It's a very good one.
Very good.
I have a different one.
It's just so weird, and the pacing of it is insane, and it feels like a weird ride on a roller coaster.
It does.
I'm very here for it.
I remember when me and Rachel went down the bowling green, she's like, I want you. She's like, you have one musical requirement. And it's like, when I get up to 80, 90 miles an hour for the first time, you have to put on Yearn 101. Like,
it actually... The cadence of it reminds me a little bit of Lo Mein by Lil Uzi Vert off of Eternal Attain.
Interesting, yeah.
Where it's got this kind of like kind of like rolling beat to it. It's almost like you could play the snare to it or something.
Yeah, you totally could.
Jasper, I'll give you $10 if you tell me what Yearn means. Because I have no.
Yeah, we have been trying to.
I don't know.
The song is called Yearn 101. You would think.
You would explain how to yearn.
In an entry level yearn class. You would learn what yearn is. When you go to economics 101, you learn what economics is, right? Like when you go to biology 101, you learn what biology is. Like,
Brad, I can tell that just off camera you have like a big kind of like bulletin board where you've got like,
here,
like just like string connecting papers and like
you have no idea how many times I've had this conversation. Like
Ted Cruz is the Zodiac killer is like in the corner.
The cops are outside.
They're coming for me.
Little Scott's reference for you. Another one off of All Is Yellow. I talked about it before. Fallout with Gus Daverton doing the chorus, and then Lil Yachty and Joey Badass doing verses. Just earworm for me. Just never leaves my head. And then one off a project that I thought was overall pretty disappointing, but I think is still a really strong song, like surprisingly strong for the project that it was on. Blue Sky by Kid Cudi. Just like the entire project, it's like, yeah, it's good workout music or whatever. It doesn't, I don't think it stands up as like a critical album, and it's definitely not a concept album, you know? But like this one song just comes out of nowhere and completely changes up the vibe like 3/4 of the way through. And this feels like something that could have made it on Man on the Moon 3. Like this is just a head and shoulders above the majority of the content on that project.
Mm-hmm.
And then my honorable mention.
Probably the first time I think you said that about Insano.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, after having listened to it a lot, like there's very little there in the way of like actual subject matter to appreciate. And I said that when we did our review. It's definitely like I was excited about having Cudi that I could do at the gym.
Do you think this is his worst album?
No.
What do you think is his worst album?
Speed and Bullet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that album live is good somehow.
Well, yeah, of course. It's like there's no such thing as like an album that is all bad. Like I still like songs off of Speed and Bullet. It's just that I think as an album, what he was trying to do, I just think it's not bad because musically it's not all bad. It's because he didn't connect with his audience. Like there's more reasons than just like music not good, you know.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, like I definitely appreciate certain things off of both. Honorable mention, Bigfoot Littlefoot, the version from the re-release of Ada Vista, and it's with the Young Nudie feature at the, which I think actually really ties in nicely. Having listened to it like more like over and over, and comparing it to the original version that we got back in 2020, I think that this really gives the track some energy that it didn't have in its original version, where it just kind of repeats the chorus over and over and over. So definitely like a welcome addition for me.
Anta Vista is probably one of the most unique albums we're going to get this year.
Yeah,
just in terms of like the history behind it.
Totally, yeah.
Definitely. I'll go next. So I had Not Like Us. That's my clear number one for the year. Phenomenal. And then I also had Crocodile Tears, J. Cole.
Best song on that project.
Best song off the project, definitely. This is the song that I think makes Megan the best album. One of the best albums of this year is Paper Together. Her getting a tribute for Pimp C and getting Bun B and Pimp C verses on this song.
Insane.
Golden. Insane.
Insane.
Like, I was not
that's the peak of your career type of thing.
That is exactly the peak of your career. Like, getting approval from Pimp C's estate. Like, R.I.P.
She's on a very short list, apparently, of rappers who have approval.
Very short list.
Yeah.
I was
a very short
you
list.
See in 5 years, same thing, where Kendrick was on stage getting the mantle passed down to him. Very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
And then I also had Black Flag Freestyle by Denzel Curry and That Mexican OT.
Song's incredible.
Very excited for this album. This song is phenomenal.
This song goes so hard.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then I also had Old Days by Lil Durk. I've been liking his singles that he's been releasing lately. Like, they've been good. At least I think.
I agree. Honestly, I agree.
It kind of like threw me by a loop. I'm like, I'm not expecting to like this, and then I end up liking it. Then I have Chicago by Drama and DJ Ferris.
This is the one you talked about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the great house song.
Yeah, it's a very, very classic Chicago house song. It's very good.
Very good. My next one's going to be Feel Like That by Sublime and Stick Figure featuring Bradley Noel. If you're not familiar with Sublime, Bradley Noel was the former lead singer. He did die of a heroin overdose in 96. And then his son just recently took over as the new lead singer for Sublime in December 2023. When their former singer, Rome Ramirez, announced he was departing. Wow. And this is just like perfect old school Sublime. Sublime's one of my favorite bands of all time. So it is a definitely must listen to if you're into some like ska music.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw Sublime at Rome. They were pretty good.
Yeah, this Very good.
Yeah.
And then my last one is going to be Blue Slides by Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
This is his tribute to Mac Miller. It gives great Mac Miller vibes. The beat is phenomenal, and that's my favorite song off the album.
That's great.
I love that. All right, but I'll wrap us up then. I actually didn't pick any singles in terms of like just singles that have been coming out. I decided to pick my favorite songs off of albums that I did not list in my top 4, because there's actually been like a lot of like
insane
minus B plus albums that are like good albums.
Yeah, solid.
Oh,
the Chief Keef album. That was the other one that was almost on my top 4.
Yep. So going down some, you just mentioned it. Chief Keef, song 1, 2, 3, bangs so hard. It's so good,
so insane.
It isn't, honestly. It's great. I listened to it at the gym. Phenomenal. Also going to Witchy by Kentronada featuring Childish Gambino. Excellent song. It is great. Fall Through on No Worries. I brought up No Worries earlier as my honorable mention. It is a great album altogether. This song, just earworm, it hits. I went back to Never Have I Ever by 21 Savage featuring Doja Cat. The unexpected feature that I loved.
The feature's incredible. When she goes when she makes fun of the ad-lib, the ad-lib part is still one of the best parts in any song ever this year. When she the ad-lib part, so funny.
It is amazing. And this was right after seeing her live and like actually witnessing her music live. It has completely changed how I feel about her. So had to throw that on there. Everyday Hustle, Future, Metro Boomin, and Rick Ross. This song hits. It's one of those songs you actually could wake up to and just like it will motivate you to go to work, which is weird. Of course, I had to do My Delete Later because I didn't bring it up earlier. My favorite song personally is Stealth Mode. 100% like the type of like energy that like my brother and I like bond together over. Perfect song. Like I think of Isaac when I listen to this song. So very dope listening to this. Has to throw out.
So you're saying this is another song where you're going to end up in the next row when you see it live?
Oh, absolutely! It's guaranteed to happen. I will do it. Jesus. Obviously, I had to throw out Lucky. I know none of you guys really listen to Lucky, but Heavy on My Heart.
I'm aware of Lucky.
Yes,
I started listening to some of his music. He's just not good live.
That's fair. He is terrible live. When we saw him last month, he was terrible. But his music, I think, still bangs. It is, as some of the Lucky fans would say, if he starts off with song coughing and not able to breathe, it's going to be a good song. And that's a great sample, so I like it. And then to close us off, I know no one else really listens to Gunna, but I did go see him live. It was a great show. I went with Andrew, and I think he opened up with What's That because it was the leading single to his album. And it bangs. It's a good song. I like the album overall. I don't think it's a great album. I think it's a good album, and I think this is the best song on it. So, those are my singles.
Hell yeah,
Westside Gunna.
All right, should we go into going forward then?
Yeah. So we still have 6 months out of the year. Got a lot of albums coming out. We have a lot of overlap. Because I do feel like the announced albums are starting to run thin. We've had a lot of people saying that they're going to drop, and a lot of them have come already. That's why we've gotten so many. So
a couple of them are dropping next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yep,
so
literally.
Who wants to go first? Purvis, you want to go first?
Yeah, for sure. Just starting off, these are the anticipated albums that are actually confirmed. So, like, technically do have a due date from.
Yeah, like people have said that they're going to exist. We know that they're going to be
exactly. To start off, Denzel Curry has confirmed he will be dropping an album this either summer or fall. I'm very excited for this.
It comes out in 2 weeks.
Oh, there you go.
It comes out in 2 weeks. I
didn't know the actual date.
It's kind of like it's an album because of how I would say it's like 30 tracks. It's insane. It's and every track has a feature. It's like he's like it's nuts. But
it's like having the Dragon Balls over there.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's not all the same thing all over again because I trust Denzel Curry. And the first 2 songs, the Black Flag freestyle that fucking Jeff brought up and Hot One, are incredible. So I'm very excited.
Absolutely. That's going to be a peak, in my opinion. A$AP Rocky has given us a date as well. It's been forever.
Long enough.
So,
yeah.
Testing was 2019, right?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute.
Lifestyle.
I mean, he's too busy being a model and a dad.
I mean, yeah, him and Rihanna need to figure it out. If we get a Rihanna feature, I'm just.
Oh, you know we are. I guarantee we are.
No, I'm just saying.
No.
Give me a little vocals. I'm here.
I guarantee we get it.
Yeah, super excited for that. And obviously, we've gotten some singles leading up to it. We just got Lithuania. I think that's how you say it.
Lithuania.
It's going to
be very exciting. That's supposed to drop on the 19th.
Yeah.
No.
I have no idea what to expect in the slightest.
Yeah,
and
neither do
honestly, someone like this, that's a good thing. I'm ready for it.
Looking at the videos on Instagram for the little show he did over the weekend, looks like it's going to be good. I mean,
it does. He was rapping.
You can tell this tour he's going to be going on is based off this album, and you can tell the visuals for this album are going to be wild.
Yes.
Because if you've seen the trailer for the movie, it is going to be a laser show.
Yeah. The trailer to the movie makes me think that the album's going to be a lot of different genres. Like Lithuania is like very much like in the indie rock sphere. I do not think that means the entire album's going to sound like that.
No.
Okay.
I don't think. I could be wrong, but because he does say in the movie he plays a singer.
Okay.
So I could be wrong.
Hey, whatever he comes out with, I trust him enough for it to be good.
Yeah.
My honorable mentions are very much low key. Obviously, there's not as big names I feel like on the podcast, but Big Sean is confirmed to be releasing something, and Isaiah Rashad is confirmed to be releasing something much later in the year. So, very excited for both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go next. I mean, my two are A$AP Rocky and Denzel Curry. Yeah. Those are the two I'm most anticipated for. Yeah. I knew Gambino was going to drop something, so he already dropped something, so I can deal with it, but I kind of hope he would wait out.
I have a ton of overlap with you guys. Mine are Denzel Curry because I've been championing Denzel Curry forever. I love Denzel Curry. Childish. The one I have that you guys didn't have was Doechii. I'm very excited for her TDE premiere project. I think she has a ton of talent. I think this, if there's anyone who's like really could follow in the shoes of like Glorilla and Megan and putting out just like really and Tierra Whack, putting out just high quality, like female focused, like hip hop, I think Doechii's next up. And the West Coast is winning. I would love to see them win this too. My honorable mention.
Do you know if there's a month around?
There's not a month, but I think she's right after Isaiah Rashad in that thing you said. And then my honorable mention is The Weeknd, just because like he has like confirmed it. He has said like 2024. He has like teased it, but we don't have anything beyond just him like saying like end of the trilogy, like After Hours .fm. It's part of a trilogy. This is the last album in the trilogy. I believe it's called Afterlife. I'm like, that's the theory. That's like what he's like tagging everything in. So I bet it's called Afterlife.
It's all over Reddit.
Yeah. So that's why it's my honorable mention. If there was a date, this would probably be the number one besides Denzel Curry, because I've already heard some great songs off of it.
But Jasper, you stuck to one?
Yeah, I mean, everything that's been mentioned, like I definitely am excited for some of it, but the only thing that I like really need is Gambino album. Please, for the love of God, just rap on a goddamn album again.
Yeah, I would like that.
I felt that.
Yeah,
we do need it. We definitely do need it.
Yeah.
So I guess we should wrap it up in the podcast with
our
hopeful dream albums. It's not confirmed. There's no dates.
Yeah.
It's really no news. We're just crossing our fingers.
Yeah, mine are just completely like we know that they're gonna happen, but not this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine.
Okay, so mine. I'm gonna start. Democracy seems to be failing us. The world seems to be ending again. conditions are right for Mike and Elle to return, so I really want RTJ 5 this year with the election coming up. They only pop out when the world is on the verge of destruction, so any minute now, guys.
Getting close.
Getting real close.
And if there's
how soon is November?
If there's anything we've learned this year in general, it's that you do have to pop out and show, fellas.
No,
you do have
to pop out show buddies. That's what. And then my other one is because of the as a consequence to the impending doom of the world. I assume I'm going to be spending a lot of time cooped up in my apartment doing drugs and watching cartoons. So in that, I really hope there's a second volume of Scaring the Hose coming out soon, so I could do that with music that makes me feel good while I do that. That sounds like me doing that. So we know Scaring the Hose 2 will happen. I just don't think it's going to hit me this year, and there hasn't been any word about it. But yeah, so those are my two: RTJ 5 and Scaring the Hose Volume 2.
Yeah, JPEG Mafia's been touring, so probably not anytime soon.
Yeah.
You can cross your fingers, I guess.
And I am.
Jeff, I want to hear yours.
So I'm looking forward to Kendrick Lamar. We know he's going to be dropping an album, just don't know when.
True.
And then, Vultures 2 and 3. I'm very interested in seeing if they ever drop.
Break this down. Hold on. I need your logic behind this.
I mean,
Vultures one was not good.
I'm just curious if it drops. It's been said, it's made. It's been said, it's coming. But
you
is
just
it
want to
actually
see it.
Coming? It's a Kanye West project. I'm at the point of, all right, you announced it. Are we going to get it?
No.
I mean, in true Kanye fashion, the average delay is about a year or so.
And I also wanted to go with something different than you guys. I
appreciate that.
That's fine. I just saw Vultures and I was like, 2 and 3? I need an explanation.
He said they're made. He said he had Vultures 2 and 3 ready to come this year.
He also said he talks to God.
Vultures 1.
I
mean...
Maybe he's listening. I don't know.
He also said they're playing soccer in his back.
He did say that. Maybe he's in Europe or something. Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, I guess I'll go. Mine are very simple, very straightforward. Chance, for the love of everything, just drop the album.
Yeah, please.
Just drop the album.
Another day, another halfway decent Chance song with no sign of an album.
I'm begging and pleading at this point. Please, just drop the album. And then I do want The Weeknd. Honestly, I had a hard weekend face. I texted Brandon the other day randomly, and I was like, "Can you do me a favor?" And he's like, "What?"
Yeah, why did you do this?
Wait, what did you ask him?
I literally was just like, "Can you do me a favor?" And I was like, "Listen to your weekend playlist." And he was like, "What?" Did you listen to it?
I did. I was like, why did I do... I played one song. I thought you were like, what song pops up or something like that. And then I just
wanted you to listen to it. I listened to the whole trilogy. So I was like, Brandon, go listen to The Weeknd.
Okay, man. I do all the time.
I was going to say, do you really need an excuse to listen to The Weeknd?
Honestly, I kind of do because I even out and I haven't listened to him as much this year, but he probably won't be in my top 5 this year, but maybe he will. Who knows?
We'll see.
Purvis, I feel like you and I had a similar moment like that recently where I mentioned that I was listening to Blonde and you were like, I should go listen to Blonde.
I literally listened to Blonde this week.
There it is. There it is.
Sometimes your friends just have to remind you to go listen to an album.
Yeah.
Correct.
The other day we were in Hyde Park and we were driving back at night and I'm like, Rachel, we got 20 minutes on Lakeshore Drive. We're doing Nikes. We're doing Knights. We're doing white Ferrari. We're hitting all the high intensity moments before we get home. We're doing Futura free.
It's like, are you ready to cry?
Are you ready to watch me cry again?
Let's do it. All right, Jasper, wrap us up.
before I do, I just love the idea of like Frank Ocean goes touring again, and he does it with like a run-of-the-mill DJ. It's like, are y'all ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will always love you. How I do.
Everyone's crying.
It's just like,
no, I want.
You think it's gonna be like
I want
the
like the
Coachella
Coachella where he turns it on the trap music. Turn Pink and White into
Please don't.
Finito. Like,
oh my.
Okay, if it's that, I'm here for it.
That's the way every day goes. Every time we got no control, we're gonna blow New Jersey up.
boom, boom. Oh my god!
I'm mad at how satisfied you are with what you just did.
All right, my list is an overlap of what we've already said. Chance the Rapper, self-explanatory. Kendrick Lamar, after what he's done to the industry, self-explanatory. Pusha T.
Said he was going to drop a bunch of projects this year. Haven't heard anything.
Where's the DJ Drama project?
All he said was like, "Hello, yes, thank you, Kendrick Lamar, for saying nice things about me." That's the only thing I've heard about Pusha T.
Yeah.
Where's the Clips project? He said there was a Clips project.
Clips project, and he said there's a DJ Drama tape on that.
I thought the Clips project's supposed to be dropping like any week now.
We'll see. There's been no marketing.
I thought I'd just seen updates on that.
Hey, until I see a leading single, I'm not buying it.
And then my other one, which I think is going to be the topic of conversation here, Playboi Carti.
Why?
Because it's time to move on. It's time for a new sound. I did myself the service or disservice of going back today and watching every XXL freshman cypher from 2016 to 2022.
Okay.
And Playboi Carti is the opener on 2017 freshman cypher. And maybe it's 2018, one of the two. And the trajectory and just the absolute shift that he's had in terms of his career and what he's making is insane. It's unbelievable. Like it doesn't sound or look or feel like the same person making the thing. And for him to reinvent himself that completely, I really want to see what comes next and if he can do it again. And if he does, how does it change the? Because we know what the effect of Whole Lot of Red. We lived through it, and we're still living through the reverberations of it. And that
it's given me PTSD.
Everyone wants to be
at launch.
opium. Yeah, everyone wants to be like the Opium Boys. So it's like, what's going on? You know, what's next?
You want to be on opium?
You know what?
Do you abuse women? That's the first step.
Destroy lonely. Destroy domestic partnerships.
Destroy lonely. More like push your girlfriend into a counter.
Oh boy.
I'm so sorry.
Are these claims real?
I don't know.
A legend.
With your reasoning, I'll give it to you.
No. Okay, well, this has been our little check-in at the halfway part of the year. It's a wild year. Who knows what's going to come out next? I hope it's 4 Danny Brown projects.
It is possible. No.
It could be.
We just did 30 songs. Are we going to do songs?
Yes.
Okay.
We could. I have songs ready.
I have missed the last 2 weeks. I'm getting on the board.
All right. I understand.
Jasper, go first. Go first.
All right. First song. If I can fucking find it. Attitude, Don Toliver. This song is so weird, but so good at the same time. And he performed this when we saw him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, what is happening? Like, what is this beat? And yet it comes together, you know?
I'll give you. All right, but...
Okay, the first song I'm going to recommend is an absolute classic, unlike anything that's ever been recommended before. I had to recommend it today because I walked out of my apartment and I immediately heard not one, but 2 cars on different streets playing this exact song very loudly. And it's Welcome to Summer in Chicago. This is Love Sosa by Chief Keef.
Great song. Very great.
Like, how do you...
Classic.
Just the ambient Love Sosa in the air of a Chicago summer.
That's so good. That's so funny.
You have a bunch of girls in a Nissan Altima blasting music. You also have a bunch of guys listening to Love Sosa.
Yeah,
these are the two things you get.
yeah. You get Summer Walker. You get Love Sosa. Pick your place.
Fair enough. I'll give it to you.
Unless you're in like deep Lakeview, Boys Town, then you get Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, I get Pink Pony Club too, but there's still Love Sosa.
True.
Yeah.
The king.
Okay,
Purvis,
well, Jeff.
I'll just go then, I guess. I believe this did come out this year, and I didn't bring it up in my singles either. But the Ski Mask album, I think, was fairly good this year. And What Do You Mean is an excellent song. It is completely different from the rest of the hype energy that he brings to most of his music. It is much more, I feel like, meaningful and calm, and it is a nice song in the middle of an intense album that kind of levels it off. So that would be my recommendation.
That's nice.
My first one's going to be Big X The Plug, Texas. It's just a great song.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You got to listen to it.
I got to dive more into him.
He is
getting big.
He's getting huge.
He's so good right now.
Yeah, I gotta get into Big X The Plug.
He just has that, like, when you think of like deep South, deep Texas South rap, you think you hear him.
And like I know that they're compared a lot because they're on each other's projects, but I think The Plug, Big X sounds way more Texas than That Mexican OT.
And they sound so similar.
They do sound similar, but I think he sounds way more Texas. I think That Mexican OT brings in a lot of Mexico.
I mean, from the Nardwuar episode,
like
that Mexican OT, that Mexican OT was listening to George Strait. Come on now.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. Jasper?
Brandon? Or
Reel It In, Amine.
Reel It In by Amine?
Correct.
That's okay.
That's a good one.
I like it.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta go back to listen to Contra Mine now.
It's like, this is a strange man, but I like the silly music he makes.
I do like Amine.
He deserves to be bigger.
He definitely deserves to be bigger.
He deserves to be bigger.
I like Amine a lot. Okay, so my next one is today. I recently this one comes with a bit of a story. I was on a walk, and it's a habit I started in 2020. And I always start my walks by listening to the news. And in case you haven't heard, everything sucks.
All the time.
So I'm walking around. I'm thinking about 2020 because I'm on the walks. Everything sounds the same. It's hot. I hit shuffle on Spotify, and this song comes on, and I am immediately transported back to summer 2020. I'm recommending Ooh La La by Run the Jewels.
Hey.
Nice.
For a second, when you said I was taking a walk the other day, I was like,
yeah.
Seen a woman.
Yeah.
A blind woman.
I could have recommended.
Time to go listen to that album.
I just listened to Damn the other day too.
I listened to that album so fucking.
I'm gonna listen to that forwards and backwards, back to back.
It's a cyclical. It's a figure eight. You have to go.
I think it's my turn. As we all know, Copa America is going on. The Euros is going on. Soccer is in the air. So I've been getting a lot of like British grime music coming up, and I found a song called "Pressure" by Rushy. This song bangs. Highly recommend. It needs to go on so many edits. So that's my recommendation. And honestly, this is one that everyone should go listen to this album or to this single, in my opinion. But that's mine.
My last one's going to be the song that actually got me into Wale. It's going to be Wale Chillin' featuring Lady Gaga from 2009.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Deep cut.
Wow.
Deep cut.
That's good.
Talking to an old head right here. I have. Go all the way back.
That's really good.
I like that. Man, I go back to my PSP music days. Jesus.
PSP music is just such a cursed thing to make me
was
remember
great.
at 10:59 p.m. day.
And it was great. It was a moment. It was fantastic. I had movies in the PSP. It was great. Anyway, thank you for listening.
Guys. Well, this has been our half year. Good night. I'm just gonna end it. We're done.